This week on Vinland Saga, Canute becomes a man, Ragnar's death finally gets some closure, and Thorfinn versus Thorkell Part 2. Stay tuned. What is going on, guys? My name is DJ Miles and I'm here to review the latest episode of Vinland Saga. This is episode 18, Out of the Cradle. And before we begin with the review, if you can go ahead and do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to my channel for more anime content. So now let's go ahead and dive into the meat and potatoes of this episode, because I'm going to have to be honest with all of you. I had to rewatch it 2 times to really kind of soak in what was this episode trying to get out of me and what they wanted me to ponder and really reflect about, because you know, after Vinland Saga being postponed for a week due to some fight, I thought the anticipation and buildup of Thorkell versus Thorfinn was going to be something I really wanted. And to be honest, that was probably the least exciting part of this episode. Who would have thought everything I just really enjoyed so much out of this episode this week was the character development of Canute. His balls finally dropped. This new profound insight he got that he didn't tell us. I will give Bjorn true meaning in life and death. I will give you a reason who to fight and why you should fight. And here's the answer. Oh, until next time. Let's go ahead and now just really deep dive into this, because there's a lot I just really couldn't understand, and I would really appreciate it if all of you guys in the comment section would tell me when Canute ends up talking to the priest about when Ragnar cared for me, or when 2 parents love each other, is that not love? And he says it's discrimination. The priest does talk about the way a king, or the way people cheer for a king when he whips a slave, that is discrimination. If I don't cheer on for the king as he uses his whip against the slave, yeah, if I don't root for that, or if I'm not kind of for that, I'm gonna die, right? So there is discrimination in that act, right? That's why I will maybe pretend like I really care for the king when I really don't. I understand that point of discrimination, but the discrimination Ragnar had against Canute, yeah, Ragnar loved you more than his own life. I'm just having a real hard time understanding that concept. I don't know what they're really trying to say here. I'm not saying I really agree with them or disagree with them, but it's interesting how the priest is just pretty profound in this episode, and that conversation he has with Canute strikes me so much. The impact and the implications apparently has reached Canute on this level, from being a very sheltered, weak, able-minded individual to now someone who looked like he just transformed 0 to hero in terms of character development, which is really fascinating to see. But again, this discrimination of when parents love a child, I just need more explanation on that. So I'm really curious to know what you guys have to say on that. What I also wanted to talk about too was the closure that Ragnar did have with Prince Canute. Now, we know it was just a dream, but the possibility of just when Ragnar died that, hey, Canute maybe really did see him before he went to the afterlife. And let's go ahead and get this closure that I didn't know I wanted was pretty impactful too. When, you know, when you see Canute break down and cry and say, you were more of a father to me than my own king, or you were more of a father to me than my father was, because he's a king who's trying to kill me so my brother can be the next successor in this lineage of kings in Denmark, that says something. Ragnar's death was a bit unexpected and it fell short. You can't help but appreciate that his death propelled Canute to now step up and go into the next level of what he's going to do. And we see that when Bjorn's psychedelic mushroom trip, I don't know if it starts to wear off or if Prince Canute had the Midas touch where he touches his hand. And please, let's kind of soak that moment in for a second, right? He's like, look, Bjorn, no. If the Father is testing us, God, this is where it stops. And I think I'm going to create my own paradise here. As if men were descendants of God who just betrayed God to go after frivolous things like murder and sex, then what kind of a kingdom is Prince Canute going to build upon over here? Because it seemed like he was kind of done with God and the worshiping and all that, even to the point where he tells the priest, yeah, you're done drinking. Hey, you, right? You guys get together. I don't care about this. You 2 are done fighting for me. We are going to go up to Thorkell because Thorkell has sleds that can help treat the injured. So let's go ahead and get going to that. Him even calming down Bjorn was pretty impactful. For as much shit as I talked about Canute in the beginning of this series, which I don't care what anyone says, I think it was really well warranted. I'm really excited to see where we go from here with that, and How is Aslad going to act around him? How is Thorkell going to take this? Pretty exciting stuff. And now let's go ahead and talk about Thorfinn versus Thorkell, because I was going to do an introduction of step right up, it's time for round 2. Who do you think is going to win, Thorkell or Thorfinn? Wasn't really exciting. Thorkell, when he tells Thorfinn, listen, your father, I'm trying to find meaning of what it is to be a warrior. Do you know what is the meaning behind being a true warrior is? Thorfinn, kind of shocked, has no words to say about that. And I like, as soon as that line was said, they bring over to Canute about the essence of love. What is the true meaning of love? That there is death kind of makes love more meaningful. The appreciation of the wind and the sun and the mountains, if that's what true love is, because it's just kind of giving back to the world. And when someone dies, that they're not chasing, again, those frivolous things of money or sex and all that stuff. And they can kind of give their life to create more life through nature, give out to the soil and the insects and all that. Very much a lot of things to keep you guessing and food for thought, which I appreciated. But anyway, Thorkell versus Thorfinn, pretty cool what we saw. I do appreciate how Thorfinn got a lot of good jabs under Thorkell with his little blades, right? But Thorkell's like, yeah, you haven't really been damaging me. He's like, yeah, but you can't hit me with the axe. I do like this moment how Thorfinn has that Spider-Man moment when he sees the axe coming in slow motion and he's like, oh, this is cool. For only that to happen, and he sent flying, and there's the tree, and he's pretty much out as Aslad is like, shit, there goes my hope. It's there, damaged and bruised. But guys, what do you think about this? I didn't think the least exciting part of this episode was going to actually be the battle, and the most exciting part was going to be the character development of Canute. Out of the Cradle, this was Canute's episode to shine, and man, did he need a lot of it, because I wasn't really about him. Glad to see the priest kind of step up too. If the priest is pretty profound with his knowledge that he had with Canute, and what that essence of love is, and why is he such a drunken bastard all the time. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more anime content down the road. My name is DJ Miles, and as I always say, to be continued, take care.